we will follow. If they say they purchase things from China, we will go to China until we're able to identify where these things were going. So, Mr. Chairman, this is a very serious matter, and I would suggest that the Secretariat start thinking about looking at the evidence that we have been submitted to us. We start lifting, or we pierce this corporate veil. We want to know which companies these are. We need to look at the procurement procedures. Even USAID, Mr. Chairman, I would also suggest that we invite them, because whenever they give money, and the Global Fund, when they give money, there are certain prerequisites in terms of consideration of the tenders to be awarded. This is a country of 47 million people. This is a country of young entrepreneurs, where even the law sets aside 30% to be given to the youth. But those youth are not getting anything because a few blood millionaires are taking everything. So I want to assure the public, and Mr. Chairman, this is going to be done differently. They will never repeat again. As long as I sit in this committee, I promise you, Mr. Chairman, I will do everything it takes. We sit with my senior here, Professor Ongeri, Habishiro, Halaki, Kwamboka, and Senator Auta, and I'm happy that the COVID committee has joined us, and as well as all the members who are on Zoom, we will do this thing differently this time around. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Rita.
Let me just add to what Senator Olekina is saying. We promised in the ad hoc committee, we promised Kenyans that we'll get to the bottom of the COVID funds. We have even gone as far as writing to the counties, to the Auditor General, to give a full audit and a comprehensive audit to the counties. We shall get to the bottom of this issue. That one I can guarantee you. And just so that I can quell the fears of Senator Dr. Langat, our mandate can be expanded to the point where we have finalized our work, and as we have promised Kenyans, our reports will come full circle and we'll file them, and we will do our duty as legislators and as representatives of Kenyans. So that one, have no fear. We are up for the duty and for the task.
Thank you.
Chair.
Sir.
Chair. Senator Manga here, Chair.
Okay, a quick one. Closing remarks, please.
Just a quick one. I wanted to add on maybe both Senator Kasanga and what Olekina said. Apart from just the normal audit from the Office of the Auditor General, we needed, if we can get a forensic audit, can we maybe request for a forensic audit, Chair?
Thank you. I think we've already done that.
Chair.
Okay.
I remember with nostalgia, 1999 and 2000, I was in New York negotiating the Global Fund for this country. I was then the Minister for Health. And I remember vividly, we had 7 kilos of documents before the United Nations when we were negotiating. And somebody had the audacity to stand up within 15 minutes saying that Kenya had not submitted sufficient evidence to guarantee them to get the Global Fund. And I stood up and challenged that decision, that there is nowhere, anywhere in the world, somebody can peruse through 7 kilos of documents within 15 minutes and come with a verdict. And I was supported by the Secretary of Health of the United States of America, and it was the first time that the Global Fund was released to Kenya. We were put on the program. And that, of course, went for malaria and tuberculosis. Somebody to just think it's just a gift is dreaming. It took a lot of effort and energy to persuade the partners to come on board. And therefore, when I came here, Chair, I came with an open mind, with the benefit of doubt. But seeing the chronology of events as they are developing today, I think there is collusion of the highest order. And it's upon this committee now, and we will have enough experience, enough members in this committee who have enough knowledge to unravel the so-called mystery with all the institutions in hand. Therefore, in your ruling, Chair, we want a very firm ruling that we intend to unravel this monster. First, with the procedural matters as you rule. On procedure, he has failed to turn up to this committee by summons. And therefore, the necessary legal sanctions must be applied. Secondly, as you rule, Chair, that it will be by summons, besides providing evidence that indeed he has been sick. If that evidence is unsatisfactory, then further sanctions will be applied for lying to this committee that he is sick.
Thank you.
And finally, when you rule, Mr. Chair, you rule that this meeting must be done within 1 week. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I think,
Chair, maybe before you, just to add on what Senator Ongeri has said about
Okay.
Global Fund,
Yes.
and I'm very passionate about Global Fund, to follow what the problems of Global Fund, it's not a joke when they say they will cut the money, even after all that. Because when I was Minister for Public Health, I sat in the Global Fund board representing Eastern and Southern Africa. And I know Global Fund stopped many countries from accessing those funds. Even Kenya, before I went into that board, we had been stopped because of a similar situation. And it took the Treasury PS, myself, and PS from the Ministry then of Health to go to Geneva to really discuss this issue. And it was restored. That's how we got it back after a lot of hard work. And the money was even doubled. So we really have to do all that it takes. They give a lot of money in the health sector, Global Fund and Malaria Board. So this effort, as it has been explained here, I think, Chair, if it's acceptable, we should let, or the clerk or the speaker, let the Global Fund, the seriousness that the Senate or Parliament has taken this issue, and we are getting into the bottom of it, and just to appeal to them that not to go ahead with those saying they could stop the funds, but to give time, a chance for us to deal with this matter, and to assure them it will not be repeated.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, I think, KEMSA, you've heard from the members here that this is not a matter we are taking lightly. This is a matter that will go to any length to come to the bottom of. This is a matter that this committee, the two committees, take very serious. Yeah. The letters, let me just inform members that these letters we're talking about to ESCC, of Auditor General, KRA, to the development partner, the letters have already gone out. We mean business as a committee, and we are very, very disappointed that the CEO is not here today, because this is the man who oversaw all this rot in KEMSA. This is the guy we really wanted to address. So it's unfortunate. If it's true that he's not feeling well, it's unfortunate. But let me rule. Let me be lenient with him for the next 2 hours, 3 hours, that we must get a letter signed by the CEO of the hospital, addressed to the clerk, addressed to the clerk by 2 p.m., because we'll want to reconvene in the afternoon and discuss sanctions if we don't get that letter by 2 p.m. Yeah. And these sanctions are very, very serious matters. We're not joking about this matter. So we want a letter addressed to the clerk of the Senate, signed by the CEO of Kenyatta National Hospital, by 2 p.m. today.